So Ian,
Yeah, yes, sir.
Nintendo had a kind of a surprise direct with like 24 hours of notice. It was kind of funny. They had the little flaming image of whatever the hell that thing was. I don't know what was that flaming image they put up.
I didn't see it.
Nintendo just tweeted this image of the thing on fire. And someone's gonna say, Pat, you don't know anything about games, and correct me. But they did a Nintendo Direct.
Okay, I wish I had seen the image so I could tell you if it's something you should have known or not. But I didn't. So
I'll put it down there while you talk.
Okay.
Bloviate.
Blow the ape.
Bloviate.
Bloviate. Oh, I thought you said blow the ape because I'm looking at. Never mind, Donkey Kong. So, anyways. Dude, it fit. It was right there. I mean, I wasn't even looking for a joke. It made sense. I thought
it would have been a good joke if the audience could have seen what you're referring to.
Yeah. So, I mean, anyways. So, the Direct was pretty cool. Things were announced. I'm looking at the GameSpot article, and I'm going to, run through these real quick. And then we'll talk about a topic that is divisive. We've got The World Ends With You coming out, which is a DS port of a game that many people like. I've never played it. Most people I know think that is a crucifiable offense on my part. They seem to think I would like it a lot, so I probably will play it when it comes out for this. One of the main reasons I didn't want to was that it requires a lot of stylus movement, and I didn't want to fuck up my touchscreen. It's true. Pokken Tournament DX, which added some fighters from the arcade edition. I'm not lying.
I know you're not lying. It's just silly.
I didn't want to deal with the scratches of a game where I had to constantly go like this back and forth. Pokken Tournament is getting DLC with two new fighters and two new support sets, including Blastoise as a fighter, which is actually going to be very cool, I think. We're getting Kirby Star Allies. I love Kirby. Kirby's the best. That ant dude guy loves Kirby too, so that's why we get along. Dragon Quest Builders, which has been on the PS4, and I believe Xbox One. No, maybe not Xbox One, but the Vita is going to hit at the end of January. That's kind of like Dragon Quest meets Minecraft. Hyrule Warriors, which is fantastic and got an even cooler edition on the 3DS, but with less fidelity in the graphics, is coming out in an Ultimate Edition for the Switch with
Definitive Edition,
all of the DLC, and
Definitive Edition
from both definitive. With all of the DLC from both the Wii U and the 3DS versions, and I'm assuming all the enhancements that were on the 3DS versions as well, like how you would swap on the map, and 2-player multiplayer. That's going to be huge. Mario Tennis, I freaking love Mario Tennis, and this one will have a story mode.
Let's back up a little bit. So the Hyrule Warriors is going to be big, especially since it's going to be, a year after Breath of the Wild, and you get your fresh taste of, even though it's not true Legend of Zelda game.
But we're gonna get to that.
You get a taste.
We're gonna get to that because So, especially on that one, the new Mario Tennis will have a story mode for the first time since GBA. I love the Mario games that Camelot's done, and the Mario sports games that Camelot's done. The tennis one will be great.
Do you think that'll be a huge hit, or just sort of like a nice little niche little?
After they kind of dropped the ball on it the past couple of times, I don't know if people are going to be so willing to jump in, but I have a feeling it's going to be at least a sleeper hit with the addition of the story mode.
Well, when did the Wii U Mario Tennis game come out?
No one remembers because no one cares.
So basically, these are like, if you haven't played it, it's new to you.
Well, this one is genuinely brand new.
So this is not gonna. This is okay.
I haven't even gotten into the.
It's only been a few years since the last Mario Tennis game, according to this.
Yeah, like 2. I haven't even gotten into the re-releases part yet.
Well, the Hyrule Warriors, kind of.
I haven't talked about it yet.
All right.
SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. I wish I could be more excited about this, but it looks like a cheesecake cash-in. I do like cheesecake. I love it, but I want this to be a good game as well. We will see. It seems oversimplified.
Payday 2.
Mario Rabbids DLC, excellent. Payday 2, well, maybe I'll actually fucking try the game. Fan Celeste, oh, EA is supporting the Switch with 2 downloadable titles. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is fantastic. I think it's one of the best games on the Wii U. It was horribly underrated. Great to see it coming. And Dark Souls Remastered on the 25th. It'll be interesting to see how that plays on the Switch, and a portable version of the first Dark Souls would be great. As far as Dark Souls goes, I really like Demon Souls and Dark Souls the best as the series went on. I kind of lost interest. So what's important here, I think, is that there's a lot of people who are upset about ports being announced for the Switch. Not everyone is as hardcore as thou. It's what I'm
No
talking.
one bought the Wii U, people.
I did, and
The general
you did,
no one.
but
No
a
one
lot
bought
of
all the
people-
games for
a
it.
lot of people didn't, and actually, it was funny because over the winter holiday, when people had off and we had more people over at our house around Christmas time, New Year's. I was kind of, I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Ed when he was in town. I was shooting the shit with someone about how if they were going to do a re-release, I would love for Tropical Freeze to be a re-release.
Okay.
Because it's a fantastic game that was even fairly under the radar when the Wii came out. Like, it was popular at the time because there weren't that many games, but light Wii U adopters never bought it. And it's so good, I wanted people to be able to play it, and here we are. Same thing with Hyrule Warriors. And hear me out. The Wii U version was not definitive by any means. The 3DS version added a ton to the game that really fleshed it out. But it really only ran on a new 3DS. So the original 3DSs weren't really powerful enough to handle it. It would run at like 11 frames per second. So these are good. The basic idea is here. No one bought the Wii U. If you did, congratulations. But these are going to be brand new games for so many more people.
So what's so divisive about this?
Well, there are people who don't want to rebuy the same game.
Then don't rebuy it.
Play
it on your Wii U. What's the big deal?
Oh, well, we want people to play it with. Well, you know what? You don't need to really play something like Tropical Freeze with someone, so don't rebuy it.
I was going to say.
I think there's a compulsive nature in people that makes them think they have to rebuy these games.
Well, it is a portable version of it, so for that, it's pretty cool.
That's cool. But like Hyrule Warriors, if you've already bought all the DLC
Then
for
you're
the
good.
3DS version, then you have the ultimate version if you have a new 3DS. You don't need it.
I never see a problem with giving a consumer more choice versus what they had before. No one's
Right.
for. It's not like at this point in time, I think the Switch library is as robust as it could be, only 10 months in to its life.
It's insane.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean things like Payday 2, okay, that's a port, but that's a port. I mean, they've been porting that game since 2013, I think, 2014. Everything's got a port on it. If you didn't expect Payday 2 to get a port to the Switch, I'm honestly surprised and disappointed in you. And I mean, it's also never been on a Nintendo system or a handheld. So these are things that I don't look at as bad.
Not bad.
I want to see some new games, and I am. I'm seeing a Mario Tennis with a story mode, which actively I'm on top of. We're getting updates to Super Mario Odyssey.
I was going to say, you didn't mention that. Yeah, Balloon Mode with Luigi showing up. That's pretty cool.
We're getting DLC for some of the best games from last year in the first half of the year. We're getting ports that were huge on other systems it's continuing to show the power of the Switch so that other companies may jump on. Look, if From sees that the Dark Souls port does well, that opens up a lot of other stuff. Plus Kirby Star Allies is a brand new game, and there's just, World Ends With You at this point is, I don't even know how many years old. I mean, that's going to be a new generation of people who can play it.
Nintendo is in a position they were never in with the Wii U, in that they need to put out as many games as they can right now to appease the 10 million people that already have it. They need to get as many games out there of decent quality.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to do. And I think they're doing a pretty good job. Did you hear about the Super Meat Boy sales?
No.
The fucking gangbusters for a game that's like almost 8 years old.
Really?
Like insane.
And I love Super Meat Boy. You know why? I mean, it's just...
But this is the point, though. The sales, in theory, shouldn't be that good on a game 8 years old, but people want any game on the Switch. That's quality.
No, I still think people are a little reluctant to admit it, but it's the simple, I can play it on my TV or I can pick it up and go. And I don't know that anyone really wants to admit that it's that simple. That's what makes these versions of games on the Switch sell so well.
So according to Team Meat, they said, I don't know if I'm allowed to give out specific numbers, but I can say that for Team Meat, the Super Meat Boy Switch made more money on its day one than our Xbox Live Arcade launch on October 20, 2010.
That's insane, and that game was hyped to the moon for the launch in 2010.
I don't know, maybe there's something to do with the fact that they get a bigger cut, but that almost sounds like it sold more overall. But that's nuts.
Well,
that's absolutely nuts.
My friend and his team who worked on it just released their game, Super Meat Boy. Or not Super Meat Boy, Gunhouse, which is like a puzzle / tower defense type game. It's hard to explain. And I told him, I said, this is going to be gangbusters because the Switch's indie scene, the indie game scene on the download store, at least for right now, is not very diluted. It's like the exact opposite of what the Wii U and Wii Store and what was it? DS Lite. The DS not the DS Lite, the one after it. The fuck?
3DS?
No, the one in between.
In between
the camera. Between the DS Lite and
Oh, DSi.
DSi. Yeah, Jesus Christ. It was so pointless and short-lived, but it was the one that introduced the store.
Okay.
There's almost no shovelware on that thing. On the Switch's digital store. Almost all the games are good. So people will literally just buy games that show up on it because they're like, well, it's on the Switch store. It's probably good. It's a great marketplace.
According to this Kotaku article, the Switch version of Shovel Knight sold better than any other versions at launch, according to Yacht Club Games. Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap, Forma 8, and other games have seen similar success.
Yep.
SMG Studios noted that in September, Death Squared sold more on the Switch in the first 3 days than on all other platforms it released on combined.
I'm not surprised.
Same thing happened to the Zelda-like exploration game Ocean Horn. And then SteamWorld Dig 2 sold 10 times more on Switch than on Steam. This is a big deal because this means that people are actually, unlike the Wii U, you're going to get on, yeah, Pat, you bought it. I bought 2 games for the Wii U. So people are using the Switch enough that they need to buy several games already, 10 games. Like, people are constantly looking for new stuff to buy. That's the difference.
I have a lot of physical games for the Switch, but I also have a ton of download games. The download library is just that nice. Anyway, I'm excited. We kind of got off track.
Physical version of Super Meat Boy and Switch is supposed to arrive as well at some point, and that'll do great as well.
Yeah, I'll buy that. I won't rebuy it digitally, but I don't own a single physical copy of Super Meat Boy, and I'm pretty sure Nicholas will publish that, and they always come with fun goodies. So
there you go. So Nintendo's doing all right, and we'll see if by 1 year in they'll pass the Wii U total sales. It's going to be close, for sure.